In the Chatelet recital was, for me, it was a pure joy, because as soon as I was on the floor, people were so chaleureux, so warm, and they applauded so well from the beginning, and I immediately felt that, okay, now I'm my home, I can sing for the people who loves me a lot, and those things, and I would have, in those occasions you can be generous, you want to give everything you have. And I love Parisian the public very much, because they are very well prepared. They really respect artists. They love music.
She's a wonderful performer. She has an incredible voice for many reasons. The purity of her line, the flexibility and the range of her voice. I mean, she's capable to go to a high F with no problem, and even go to the lower notes too.
And during this evening, she sang for more than 2 hours. And in addition of that, she chose a repertoire that I think nobody these days is able to do with Traviata, with Vivaldi, with, it's Handel, Strauss. So really, that was a performance that she's probably the unique singer to do it these days, and even in the past. I don't see anyone who has this ability and flexibility.
I wanted to start with this terrible aria of Agitata da due venti, which is quite difficult for pianists. I want him to suffer for the concert. I'm just kidding. But in fact, he told me that it was very difficult for him to really start with all this, agilita. But, I really enjoy to challenge. It means that I want to put the very first song, the most difficult aria. And somehow, I want people to pay attention to me.
For the first piece that we did, Agitata da due venti, was written for a castrato, really, and it's incredibly difficult to sing with repeated notes and skips of 2 octaves, etc. And Sumi has written these variations also to make it even more complicated the second time. You have to be careful to listen and watch, because sometimes someone takes more time with the high notes or the cadences, and it's sort of like jazz a little bit, the improvising, especially in Handel and Vivaldi.
It's very difficult to explain how to do all those, agilities and all these staccatos, and it's a somehow, I make a joke that it's a secret for me. I can't reveal my secret. Just listen my recordings, or listen my singing, and just you have to discover how to do it. But I'm not going to reveal how to do it. To do the coloratura technique, I think you should have the voice, and you should born with capacity to do it. Because I heard a lot of singers, they asked me how I can do this coloratura technique, but I have no answer. I just can say that somehow after a lots of practice and training, I am able to do it, but. Not everybody can do it, I think.
I think I was very lucky to meet Sumi before she was really established as an international singer, because one of my friends was his manager. He was called Grégoire, and he called me one day saying, I found someone absolutely exceptional. And you will hear something that you have never heard.
My mother was a very ambitious woman. She loves music more than anything else. She used to listen Maria Callas and John Sutherland recording 24 hours a day, no stop. Even when she was pregnant, and she told me that she'd been listening the music like 9 months. So, you know, when I was born, my mother, first thing she decided was that, you know, I make her a musician.
And I was so taken aback by this audition, you know, that I engaged her right away. And we did with Sumi a lot of things at the National Opera of Lyon. And that was, of course, Ariadne of Naxos. She sang the Zerbinette with this absolutely crazy aria by Strauss with 5 minutes more of music, because that was the first version, with a lot of vocalises and high notes. She was absolutely incredible. She did it for the recording with Nagano and also for the staging. And we had the chance to do the Contori also. That was with John Eliot Gardiner. This Rossini piece, so funny in French and so well sung in French. And also this very special Giulietta in Hoffmann tales with the high notes of Giulietta, which is sung usually by a mezzo, but with this version it's a very high soprano. And in all these projects she was incredible.
You know, I consider this recital like a voyage, musical voyage, the music travel, can I say, journey. You know, a little bit of everything, different styles. And the audience can just sit in the chair, relaxed, and you know, to travel from Baroque until the Strauss and even bel canto. Just they can you know, see how I can approach those different kind of repertoire. And for me, it was very interesting that public loved very much the French repertoire, which was Villanelle and À vous diriger maman and even Strauss, and I was quite impressed.
I've known Sumi now for about 10 years, and we've done many recitals together, and I love her very much. I mean, she's a wonderful person, a wonderful artist. This particular recital, though, Sumi planned herself the program. We didn't know at the time that it was going to be made into a video and so forth. And there were a lot of new pieces on the program, the Strauss we had never done, the Handel, some things many years ago. And we had planned to rehearse last week. She was coming to Milan. And then unfortunately, her father, who was very ill, passed away suddenly. And we didn't see each other until the evening before the concert, unfortunately. And in a few hours, we just went through the new things and so forth. But it certainly wasn't over-rehearsed as a program. But I have a strong feeling with her, and I think if something magical happens, that it's able to happen, you know, even with a little bit of rehearsal only. Strange things that can happen in music, but you have to have a close feeling for the person you're working with.
I think the music is like special singing for me. It's like breathing an air, or eating, or even sleeping, even go to supermarket. Something so natural. For me, the music is like that. It really doesn't really necessary to explain, and too much words, it's not really necessary. And I sing all those music with my musical instincts, which I have had when I was really quite little. And my curiosity of all kind of music never gonna die. Until I can do it, I will try, and I will do experiments for different repertoire for a long time.
think you have to be very quick when you're an accompanist in your job, because many things can happen that are not predictable. Also, I think it's sometimes you have to be a prompter. You have to follow if they have a cough or something and wait, or so forth. Also, I try to be very calm, even though I'm nervous before I walk on the stage. As soon as I go out there, I try to give a calmness to the singer so that they can do anything and I'll follow them. I think that's the most important, to establish a good, tranquil relationship. Sumi is very professional, and I don't usually expect many problems with her, but I've had other artists that you really don't know. I mean, they don't know the music or this kind of thing that can be difficult.
When I give the recital, I feel so myself, and it's a really nice feeling to have a good direct contact with the audience. And I can wear the dress when every dress that I want to wear, not sometimes horrible, not very suitable for my body or for my hair color, the costume for the opera. It's to dealing with them, to fighting with them, it's very tiring. And so, because this year I made my 20 years of career, and how can I say? I think I was sort of, it's like in Oriental philosophy, it's good balance, it's the best, but the most difficult thing that you can do.
And I think the voice of Sumi is something very special, because it's so pure. It's so, and also the quality of the dynamic of the way she sings, with the softer piano, very, very also when she goes up so easily, and with again piano, and then also it can be very beautiful forte. It's very rare that you have this quality for the whole range of the voice, and that's absolutely, and the pure voice. And it's so rare also these days when the sound is really pitch, and I appreciate that very much for my ear, because sometimes you have very beautiful voices, but with some problem of pitch, and for this recital it was incredible from the beginning to the end, always pitch with the quality.
I have started as an opera singer. My very first role was Gilda in Rigoletto, and I sung everywhere, I remember. In several years later, I started to give some recitals in piano, and I found really huge, incredible joy to giving a recital, more than doing an opera. I will explain to you a very simple way why I prefer to do a recital. First of all, doing an opera, you have to stay more or less 1 month outside of your home, and you have to be really considered lucky when you have good singers and good company, good conductors and good regisseur and good people around you. And in only that occasion you can be really happy, and you want to sing in the opera with other people. Otherwise, it can be very, very difficult and very sad. My first encore was O mio babbino caro by Puccini, Janis Kiki. It was very emotional moment for me, because that aria I used to sing a lots of times during my recital as an encore, but especially that song was dedicated to my father, so it was very hard for me to sing well because my father loved that aria very, very much. And the Puccini, the composer, I love very much. Unfortunately, I'm not sure in my career one day I can sing Puccini repertoire or not, because I'm being a coloratura, being a light lyric soprano. Puccini is sort of very hard to approach, so But Janis Kiki, I love opera, and I love that aria very much. I wanted to dedicate this Korean song to Korean public. And this song talks about a beautiful mountain in North Korea, which even me, I had no chance to visit that mountain yet. People told me that mountain is the most beautiful mountain in the world, but unfortunately, we are not able to visit because of the division between North and South. And it's a shame, and still Korea has this tragedy, more than 50 years. Several months ago, I've been performing in Berlin, and I had the chance to visit the Berlin War, and now, in that occasion, I really felt that now the German people has real peace, and they can, East and West, they can together, they are building something, some future together. But in Korea still is not possible. The brother and sisters, they are not seeing each other more than 50 years, and lots of people have died. It's very sad. And every time I sing this song, most of important thing is that this song, even the 3 years old Korean baby knows this song, and that they realize the reality of our country. So, I really hope that very soon, our country has no this tragedy anymore. And one day I really want to give a really beautiful recital in front of this beautiful mountain, in front of North and South people. I don't want to even call North and South, just Korean people, to sing this beautiful song for celebrating our unification. It will be fantastic moment. I cannot wait. I usually finish my recital with quite allegro songs, very, fast, or even people, applauding and rhythmically very nice, like Italian street songs, or even some very good mood to finish the recital. But for the Chatelet, I wanted to dedicate this Ave Maria of Schubert to my father, because it was the day of funeral of my father, and I was not able to be there. So somehow, with that song, thanks to God, also thanks to my father, and he did a lot of sacrifice for me, and I wanted to thank to him. So somehow I felt very sad, but at the same time I was very, very touched by the public who, they understood for my, feelings. So once again, I wanted to thank all the people who were there for me, and I'm never gonna forget this Chatelet recital for all my life.
à lui. Aussi, je voulais chanter